Hi, welcome back to our channel. This is a little bit out of the ordinary of what I usually post, but I thought I would share what we did for our honeymoon. So Cody and I just got married, and then this is 3 days later. So that night we stopped at Umami Burger, and then we went back to the hotel room and ate the top tier of our wedding cake. I know you're supposed to save it for the 1 year anniversary, but we wanted to actually enjoy it instead of having freezer burn cake. And we ended up reading some. We had advice and wishes and date night ideas at our wedding so that people filled out for us. So we read those and ate the top tier of our cake. And then the next morning we got up, had hotel breakfast, and then we went to the airport, and we had to do the COVID pre-clear stuff. And so I was excited we got that done in LA and didn't have to deal with it in Maui. So this is the takeoff, and then it was a 5-hour flight. So then after we landed, 5 hours later, we were told we needed to wait another 30 minutes because the airplane before us was delayed, and then we had an hour drive, but then we got to the hotel, and it was beautiful. We had some appetizers, and then we fully planned on going to dinner that night, but we didn't because, traveling, and then the appetizers was enough, so we had someone take us to our room, and this is the Royal Lahaina Resort. And this was our walk every day to our room. We stayed in some oceanfront cottages. And that night we walked down to the ocean, and we ended up doing this, I think, almost every night that we were in Maui. We walked 10 steps from our room down to the ocean and just sat here and hung out. And then Cody was so excited that the little crabs would just come out. And then we had some dessert on our patio. So day 2, we didn't have anything planned for this trip. We're not huge into doing big hiking or having to go to all the museums or anything, so we just explored, watched the dogs that were out there swimming, and then I needed some coffee, so we found a coffee shop, took a walk through a golf course. I'm pretty sure we weren't supposed to be walking here, but it was pretty. We were staying on the course, and then you'll see really from here on out. Like I said, we didn't do a ton of things, so you're gonna just see a lot of pretty scenery pictures. We walked a lot, and this day pretty much sums up our whole trip, but I did record the rest of it, so keep watching if you do like to see the nature and all of that. Up walking. It was a 30-minute walk, but it felt like 5 minutes just because it's so pretty here. in Maui. So we went to Duke's. I had reservations. I actually had a reservation for the next day, and I ended up doing that on our second to last night too. I had the reservation wrong for the wrong day. I did not plan too much. I didn't do a whole lot, but went to Duke's, had appetizers, went back to the hotel, and then we just sat on our patio, and we enjoyed our patio a lot. And then we decided to go into the ocean. I wish we could have recorded that, but the ocean was so clear. It was warm, and it's really weird because it's winter at home, but it was warm enough to be in tank tops and shorts and swimming in the ocean here at Hawaii. But we got fully in, and it was nice. Then we ended up going to the luau that was located at our hotel, so it was just a little walk to the luau. It was really pretty at sunset time, and then just a ton of food. Everyone that I've shown this picture to said, "Are those chicken nuggets?" Yep, they had everything there. It was all good. Free drinks. We're not big drinkers, but Cody had a Mai Tai, and I had a Hula Hulk. It was good. And then watching the dances. Walked back down to the beach. So this is the walk from our room. Oh my gosh, this is the shakiest video ever. I should delete it, but it'll be good to look back on it. This was the walk we did every single night, and then the ocean was just right there. And then on to day 3, we just had breakfast at our hotel. It was really a basic breakfast. I should add in here that with the scenery pictures, there are a lot of food pictures too. And then this day we went to a chocolate farm tour. It was a really cool story. The guy that owns the chocolate farm was the guy who created the first rapid pregnancy test. So to me, it sounds like probably has a ton of money, was able to do the chocolate farm, does it all, donates all the profits to charity, makes all the chocolate himself, grows the cacao beans, has his own factory, all of that. So that was a big highlight for me because I love chocolate. We did get to go to the whole cacao farm where they grow the beans for the chocolate. We got to see all of that. And then I did get to take some home, or we did a lot of sampling, and then I took some home of what we sampled. So this is where the actual store where you can buy the chocolate was, and then they drove us like a 10-minute drive to the farm where they grow the beans. Then we went up into this tree house type of thing on the farm to get to try out some of the chocolates. We tried 9 different chocolates. were setting up for a wedding at our hotel this night. And then we went back for the same appetizers that we had the very first day. We wanted to see if they were as good as we remembered it, or if we were just that hungry when we first landed. And it was good. It was all good. And we walked to the beach for a little bit. And then on to day 4. So this day we went to it was like I think it's their downtown. They all kept calling it like the shops on Front Street. I think it's in Lahaina. Walked around. There was this really cool banyan tree. It's a huge tree that overtakes all the other trees, and then you can kind of see in the background it's a sight to see. And then looked at, of course, the ocean there, more scenery, pictures. And we ended up just shopping and went to lunch while we were there, and then went back to the hotel, and we were supposed to go back here for dinner, but this is where I had it the wrong night. So we had an impromptu dinner, found a different shop, and then went to the restaurant we were supposed to the next day. You'll see it tomorrow. Cody was so excited that there were just chickens roaming everywhere, and like the birds here were nicer, except for this one like pokes his foot. Did you see that? That was funny. I'm glad I got it on camera. But I hung out with the chickens while I ate my shaved ice that you saw right before this, and then Cody had some ice cream. During this day while we were shopping, I made Cody get a Hawaiian shirt, and then I got a Hawaiian dress. To the ocean. I brought some ice cream this time, and then we just sat and did our nightly routine looking at the ocean. Then on to the next day, we went and had breakfast. I got some banana bread to go. And then we rented a little cabana thing and went into the ocean and just hung out at the beach that day. And then we ended up just walking around, and more scenery pictures, more flower pictures, all of that. Oh, we did go to Whalers Village. That was like a big outdoor shopping center. Walked around there, got some matching sweatshirts, and just really killing time. And then went back to the hotel. And this is kind of our walk from Whalers Village to our hotel. Through that, there you'll see like the golf course that I showed in I think that was the second day. And this is really what we did a lot, just walking and looking at things. So I'm walking straight through, trying not to show our mess on the floor because it's pretty pathetic when I have a cleaning channel and there's like clothes and shoes everywhere, but just showing you the pretty part. This is our view from our patio that we sat out all day, every day, and just hung out and watched the people. And then later that night, we went back to those shops on Front Street, and then we went to Fleetwood's. So this was the reservation that I had made for the right day. We came on the right day instead of yesterday when I tried to go. But we got free champagne since we were celebrating our honeymoon, and then we had salad to start with, and then Cody had a burger, and I had chicken, and then we took home a chocolate cake and ate it on our patio. Fleetwood's was really good. We were still talking about it. And then on the last day we went, did another walk. This one was actually a lot longer walk than I was planning on. I think it ended up being like 40 minutes, but went to Slappy Cakes. It was good. Basically build your own pancakes. And then here's kind of a messy, just real quick, we were getting ready to leave and I said, I might regret not taking pictures of what our room looked like. So it's a little messy, but we were in a rush to get to the airport. And then as you can see, we're at the airport getting ready to take off on our, I think it was a 5-hour flight to LA. Ended up getting Taco Bell and staying one extra night in LA because we were nervous that there was going to be fog on the Grapevine, and it was like 1 a.m. by the time we got settled into the hotel. So got up the next morning, slept in a little bit till about 9, and then took the 2-hour driving trip home from LA and just listened to music and talked about the trip. You'll see here in a minute, My Best Friend by Tim McGraw ended up coming on, and so I had to document it. We were almost home. That was our song at the wedding, so I thought that was cute that came on as we were almost home. And I didn't think it would be right to not kind of show the dogs. This was when we first got in. You can kind of tell they were excited. I didn't take a very good video. And then Violet got to play. But thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe for more.